Alright, today we're going to be going over deadlift position for taller people. Um, Really, I don't like saying that because um, it's all the same. It's not about the height of a person. It's about the proportions of the person, okay? So really it's no difference between being shorter or taller. You can have the same problems as a taller guy, as a taller person would if you were short, just depending on, like I said, the proportions, the length of the arms, length of the torso, or the legs, okay? So we're going to look at the deadlift, and I'm going to point out, 5 different points, okay? The ankle, the yellow dot, the orange dot is the knee, red dot will be the hips, the blue dot will be the front of the shoulders, and the purple dot will be the placement of the bar. Okay, like I said, we're going to go over all these points. I'm going to explain uh, where these things should be and why, and hopefully y'all get a better understanding of the reasoning behind this form, which is the correct form of deadlifting. Okay, now we're going to the ankle. All right, look at the ankle right there. You'll see that all the pressure is on the front of the foot. Okay, there's a little space underneath the heel, so what's happening there is the ankle position is all wrong, and it's placing pressure on the balls of the feet instead of on the heels, dispersing between the balls of the feet and the heels. Okay, and when that happens, you see the arrow is putting the body in a body language of falling forward. Okay, so once you in that position with the ankles, everything else could be perfect, but once you in that position with the ankles, okay, you could be falling forward, and once you try to perform that lift, what's going to happen is when you push up, those knees are going to shoot back, and then you stuck with a full pull. Now we're going to the knees, okay? The knees also is going to put a lot of pressure on the front of the foot if the knees are protruding over the bar, okay? Also, you can see when you have those knees pointed forward over that bar, you can see, look at the bottom of that calf. That calf is so tense right now because all the pressure is on the balls of the feet, okay? Same thing here. Once you try to perform that lift, what's going to happen is those knees are going to shoot back, okay? The knee positioning and the ankle position is two different things, so don't get it mixed up. One could be right and the other could be wrong, all right? So please pay attention to both of them. The knee is very, very important because if you have those knees pointing over the bar and it's at a diagonal, you're going to go where those knees are pointing. It's just like track and field. If you're in your starts, okay, you want to lean forward and have those shins pointing forward because that's the way you're going. You're on the balls of your feet and you can get more leverage off of pushing off the balls of your feet. So now that's why I say you want the shin to be straight up as possible, because when you start to perform this lift, if the shins are straight up and the knees are straight up, that's where you're going to go with the lift. You have more leverage to push straight up, okay? So no matter what, even if you start in this diagonal position, what's going to happen is that weight is not going to move until those shins is straight as possible, okay? So you're going against body mechanics when you're pushing those knees forward over the bar, okay? This is very important with the knees because this is the area where taller people, quotations, have problems. Okay, what happens is the knee and shin positioning can have a slight diagonal, but you don't want it to be this extreme. Okay, you have to have pressure on those heels to get some kind of leverage. Okay, so a slight diagonal is not that bad. All right, now we're going into the hip. Okay, it's very important, the knee and hip relationship. Okay, once you talking about the knee, you're automatically talking about the hip, okay? What you want to do is you want to get that hip up higher, and the way you do that is pushing the knees back, okay? Once you push the knees back, that butt's going to come up, okay? Now look at this diaphragm after you push the knee back. Look how it's drawn now. That's how the body actually should be once you push those knees back, okay? When a lot of people look at this, especially at a person without the lines, they think, oh, that's a straight leg, okay? No, it's not, okay? Once you're in this position, you will activate the high hamstrings and the glutes in this position. All right. Notice the back is more straight and more horizontal. Okay. Look at this diaphragm and look at where the shin placement is on the drawing. Okay. The shin placement is almost straight up and down vertical. Okay. Now if you took that line and took it all the way to the horizontal line, it will be placed in the middle of that top horizontal line, okay? And that evens out, okay? It'll hit the middle of that line, and it evens out the body. That's what you're doing. You're balancing the body out so you can have the most leverage possible, okay? So that's what's going on. A lot of people can't see it, but that's exactly what you want, is that look, okay? So shins almost vertical, butt is up, and back is straight, almost horizontal at a sense. Some will have a higher back. It just depends on the proportions, but more than likely this is where you're supposed to be, okay? The correct positioning here. Okay, look at the front shoulders. Okay, the shoulders are pretty good, but now what we're going to have to do when we are in the correct position, we're going to have to pull that bar a little back. Okay, so the shoulders, like I said, is in a decent position. So it's not too much we could talk about right now. The shoulders actually could be um, over the bar more, but those knees and shins and butt should be in that area that I was talking about before. And now, okay, to the bar placement. Okay, like I said, we're gonna have to push that back just a little bit now that we are in the right position, and have that bar over the middle of that foot. Okay, that bar is at the toes right now, and that's gonna throw you forward. Okay. Now look at here. This is one of my teenagers. I've been working with him. He's 6'1", real young, but have real different uh, body type. So he got some weird proportions. He's, like I said, he's 6'1", have super long arms, super long legs, but a short torso. Okay, so notice his shins. Okay, have a slight diagonal, but his butt is still up. That's like that's a little bit more than 120-degree angle, but his back is still straight, almost horizontal. It have a slight angle to it, but you can see that he is actually proportioned. He looks he looks comfortable. The shoulders are way over the bar. The back of the delts is going straight down to the bar, to where he, like I said, he is evened out on this lift. Now I want you to think about something. Why we make certain things, and why certain things work the way it is because we engineer things off of our body movements and our body mechanics. Look at this, okay? It looks like a T, right? I talked a little bit about if you was to take the shins and go straight to that line up at the top, the horizontal line. Now, what does that remind you of? If you think about it, you think about the bigger cities that have the big cranes when they, building buildings and stuff like that. That's what our body is performing right now, or portraying right now, is a crane. Okay, so you have the the upright, and then you have the T across the top, okay? And all the arms is the wire that's holding whatever it is holding. Hopefully this gave you a little insight, and I'll see y'all next time.